We could go both ways in the Super Bowl. Eagles, KC, who had a harder schedule, who didn't have a harder schedule, who won more games, who beat who. But listen, it comes down to this. The bottom line is the Eagles didn't have a very strong schedule whatsoever, and I don't see any quality wins by the Eagles. I really don't. If you look at their schedule and the Eagles, I mean, look who they played. They took care of business, yeah, but when they needed to win, they won. But against really who? Who they play? I don't see any quality A wins against A teams. And what I mean by A teams, 49ers, Bills, Bengals, those are A teams. I don't see any quality wins versus A teams for the Eagles. They beat the 49ers in the last game, no quarterback for the 49ers. They beat the Giants, who came off of an emotional win the week before in the wild card game. They beat the Giants. They own the Giants anyway, so it doesn't matter. They beat them 38-7. And then they were off a bye week, the Eagles, as well. Let's go to their schedule. They beat the Giants 22-16. The Giants even rested their starters. They only won by 6. Then they lost to the Saints. Even without Jalen Hurts, they lose to the Saints at home, 20-10. Cowboys beat them 40-34 at Dallas. That's a tough game, okay? But really, I mean, even without Hurts, losing to the Saints, losing to the Cowboys, and letting them put up 40 on you, that's not quality to me. Then they beat the Bears by 5 at Chicago. That's easy. Anybody beats the Bears. They beat the Giants again, 48-22. They just have the Giants' numbers. They have their number. That's the bottom line. They beat the Titans 35-10. I'll give them that quality win. But the Titans really down the stretch were nothing. I mean, they were really nothing. Eagles beat the Packers 40-33. I mean, is that really impressive? But giving up 33 to the Packers, who really haven't shown me nothing. And that was at home. Eagles 17-16 at Indianapolis. Indianapolis was garbage all year. Not impressive. Washington comes into the Philadelphia, beats them 32-21. They let up 32 to the Washington Commanders at home. Really? I mean, come on. They beat the Texans on the road 29-17. They beat the Eagles. Well, that was off of a bye anyway. They beat them badly 35-13. And that was off the Steelers coming off a real emotional game at Miami, losing 16-10. So they caught the Pittsburgh Steelers at the right time. They beat the Dallas Cowboys 26-17. Dallas had 3 turnovers in that game. They looked horrible. Dallas outgained them, outmatched them. The Eagles got lucky, won that. Is that really an impressive win? Is that an A-quality win? I don't think so. They beat the Cardinals on the road by 3. That's the Cardinals. They beat the Jags at home. Jags turned the ball over 5 times in that game. They won by 8, the Eagles. I'll give them an impressive win since the Jags, they were impressive this year. They beat the Commanders 24-8 on the road. They beat the Vikings at home 24-7. They took care of business, but the Vikings on the road really wasn't much all year anyway. And they beat the Lions by 3 on the road in the game 1. Not one quality A win. They could have played the Niners. They could have played the Bills. They could have played Bengals. Those are quality A teams. Not once have they played them all year. Those are A teams. Bengals, Bills, even the Chargers or Miami. They could have played teams like that on the road. They had a soft schedule, the Eagles. They really have not played anybody.